Hello and welcome to this short presentation about science at the Quennevais school. Science is one of the core subjects and it's a combined GCSE worth 2 grades. We follow the AQA synergy specification and I'm going to tell you a little bit about science at GCSE now. The science department at the Quennevais believe in this quote that Carl Sagan said once during an interview, and that science is more than a body of knowledge, it's also a way of thinking. We truly believe that science is a core subject and is important for every student to study and understand. It gives those students the understanding of the key fundamentals of life, and we understand that communities can't progress without science and they can't develop without understanding and building upon the scientific developments that have already occurred. In recent times, it's become very obvious just how important science is, and the understanding of science to help deal with the situations that happen every day. Never has it been more important for us to have good scientists and for people to understand good science. So over the course of the GCSE subject for science, you will study all of 3 sciences, biology, chemistry and physics. And within biology, you'll study things like cells, the heart, nervous system, disease, drug testing and ecology, and amongst other things. Within chemistry, you'll learn about the atom, chemical reactions, how we speed and slow down reactions, bonding, metals and how they react and why they react the way they do, carbon chemistry, and you'll understand a bit about oil, how we separate oil, how we use products from oil, as well as the impact that using oil has on the earth. And you'll understand about the atmosphere of the earth as well. Within physics, you'll learn about forces, speed, velocity, electricity, waves, the electromagnetic spectrum, density, gas pressure, and they're just some of the things that you'll study over the 2 years. It's quite encompassing, this science course. You will do a lot of work and you will cover a lot of topics in quite a bit of detail so that you will have that key understanding at the end of the course. We feel that it's important that we build upon that Key Stage 3 learning and that your science lessons will be familiar to you, but they will be extended and the topics will be familiar, but we will extend upon that Key Stage 3 learning. The differences are that in Key Stage 4, in years 10 and 11, you will have 6 lessons a week. But you will have 3 separate specialist science teachers. You'll have a biology, a chemistry and a physics teacher who are specialists in their own right. And you'll have 2 lessons a week with each of those teachers. There will be a mixture of theory, but we will also do practical work as well. And we are in the best place at Le Quennevais because we have these wonderful facilities that enable us to do practical work that we wouldn't have been able to do at the old site and that some other schools are unable to do as well. It will be a difficult course, but it is fun as well and it's rewarding. There's few subjects where that sudden feeling of understanding makes you feel so good as science does. So, at the end of the course, you will take 4 final exams. Each of those exams is 1 hour and 45 minutes long. You will have paper 1 and paper 2, which cover half of the syllabus, and then paper 3 and paper 4, which cover the other half of the syllabus. 21 required practicals will be done throughout year 10 and 11, and you will do them in great depth. And they can be asked about on any of these papers and they can be asked about in quite a lot of detail. So it's important that you work well in those practicals and that we guide you through them as best we can. 20% of your exams will be based on maths in science. It's not separate maths, it is maths within the science context, but it's important to understand that you will need to understand and develop some math skills as well for the science GCSE. What normally happens is paper 1 will be scheduled at the beginning of the exams and then there will be a week to paper 2. Then there's half term, then you will do paper 3 and then there'll be a week to paper 4. So there's plenty of time in between those exams for us to help and support you and guide you through them. As well as that, at the end of the exams, when you get your final grades, you will get 2 grades, but they will either be the same or 1 grade's difference. So you could get a 4-4 or you could get a 5-4. You would never get a 7-3. So you will always get them within a grade of each other. So we feel it's really important to stretch and challenge our students at Quennevais, and we do that by having those specialist teachers that teach just that one subject to your child. And having 3 specialist teachers across the science helps not only give a bit of variation to the lessons, having 6 a week, but it also helps knowing that the knowledge that that teacher has been developed specifically for this course. We teach all the higher tier content to year 10, no matter which class they're in, so that they are stretched and challenged, and we can see who we think is going to be our exceptional candidates in year 11. There are regular short assessments within each of the subjects, but there's also termly cross-science assessments so that we understand which subjects are strengths, which subjects are weaknesses, and where we can help your child specifically. We use those assessments to help plan and inform our teaching, as well as our interventions and our revision sessions. Retrieval and stretch activities are built into our lessons to help build the resilience of our students, but also to help with the rigour of the science course and their understanding of it. Although we do theory and practical work within the science department, we also spend a lot of time on developing the revision skills of the students within lessons. We support them and help them go through different ways of how to revise and how to condense information to make life easier for themselves. On this slide there's a few examples showing you that our students actually really love doing this work and find that us going through it and us helping them through the revision really helps them get to grips with some of the topics, but it also helps them build up a bank ready for the end of year 11. As a science department, although we know the curriculum is totally important, we also know that it's important to have those extra opportunities within lessons and within the daily school life. We like to take students on trips to see things like the observatory, but we're also in the best place that we could ever be at the minute. We've got the Super Lab where we can join classes together to do joint lessons, where we can use the chamber to do experiments that we could never do otherwise. We've got the wildlife section which can help us with the ecology part of the GCSE and give real hands-on opportunities that other students just don't get. We're also developing the balconies at the minute, and they are going to have such wonderful facilities that are going to give us the opportunity to develop our curriculum further, to look at using a telescope and look at stars and planets, to look at a weather meter and look at how that links with global warming and climate change, and to look at the different growing conditions of plants. So the opportunities that we've got at this new school means that our curriculum is better than ever before, and it also develops the thinking of our students further. Finally, we believe we can support students like nowhere else. Year on year, for at least the past 3 years, we have achieved results way above the UK national average for combined science, and we've achieved some of the best results on the island. We're really proud of this, and we work really hard to maintain this. But we also know that the students work really hard, and we want to support them. We use Educake as a tool for homework, which gives them regular testing and works on retrieval. We run revision sessions that are tailored towards areas of weaknesses on mock exams and tests, and we change those as the needs of the students change. We run interventions in the morning during tutor time, and again they are tailored and specifically targeted at students. We have one of the best intervention sessions that I have ever seen. And as staff, we are continually trying to develop and enhance our own skills and make sure that we feed this into our lessons. I really believe that our science department is the best, not just on the island, but probably amongst the UK schools as well. Not only do we have the facilities, we have excellent and outstanding teachers that do their best to help your students or your children do their best. Thank you.